View? Good. Looking good. So,
I'm checking.
that one.
Yeah.
I think a small one. I think you said it's kind of funny. There would be no It's kind of funny, right? And you corrected yourself. You said exotic seasons, but then you corrected yourself. Seasonings. You said daily cuisines. Maybe instead of saying cuisine, daily food or daily dishes. Cuisine is usually used to refer to like a country's group of, Italian cuisine, something like that. It's not really necessarily wrong. And you said to win the game in their brain. Instead of brain, I would say mind. In their mind. Brain just sounds too scientific or something like that. When you think of something in your mind instead of in your brain. When you're talking about chemical reactions in your brain, but when you're thinking is more mind. Hannah, maybe I heard you wrong. I think you said couple month with no S, couple months, very small. You said I go to hang out.
No, I said I go to hang out.
I go to
Han River.
Never mind.
Hang out or I try
Never
to
mind.
yeah.
Okay, then just really one for you. Again, it's being picky. You said that merged with the silk industry. I would maybe say entered the silk industry. You merge with a company, right? You can't really merge with an industry. It's being picky.
Yeah.
I would say that entered the silk industry. It's being picky. Sei. When I first know the Pokemon Go game, I would say instead of know, you should say when I first heard of or when I first found out about. You said I failed to install the game. Grammatically, it's correct, but it just sounds like maybe failed is too strong of a word, or too, I failed to install the game. Too robotic or too strong of a word. I would just say I couldn't install the game or I had trouble installing the game. And you said is very disaster to people. Disaster is a noun, right? So you have to say is very disastrous for people, probably, or disastrous to people, for people. He young. You said, as you can see the picture. You're talking about the graph. As you can see in the picture, you need to add in. People enjoy the Pokemon Go better than. I would say more than. I do not familiar. I am not familiar. And a very small one. I've noticed Koreans a lot of times say the Facebook. We never say the Facebook. We just say Facebook. Interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure when the website started, it was called thefacebook.com. And then I guess they just dropped the. I can remember in college when I first went to the website, I think it was thefacebook.com. But no one really says the Facebook, just Facebook. Soo-gyung, you said I will repeat the same regrets as few years ago. I would rephrase that. I'm not exactly sure how I will experience the same regrets as a few years ago. That works. I will experience the same regrets. Or I will repeat the same mistakes. And then you said damage class. Number one, don't worry about that. Number two, instead of damage, I would say hinder, or slow down, maybe. Damage sounds too again, maybe too strong. So too actual physical damage. That's just my opinion. And Ayun, you said they failed really harshly. Grammatically, I think it's okay, but it just sounds strange to me. They failed really harshly. They failed big time. They completely failed. I would maybe put the adverb in front of failed, and still, I would, instead of harshly, I would just find another one. That's the main momentum of their history. You're talking about Nintendo. That's the main momentum of their history. You were trying to use the word momentum, right? I would say that's the main point. The main. I wrote down a phrase that you may or may not know. That's the gist of it. That's the gist of it, or that's the gist of it is a good phrase. I mean, that's the important part. That's the gist of it. You said they would not really be benefited. Drop B, drop ED, they would not really benefit. And then I couldn't understand, were you saying destructive innovation?
Oh, that's
Or were you...
business
I think it's disruptive.
yeah.
Disruptive instead of destructive. Possibly. They might have more than... Well, they might use both. The one I'm familiar with is disruptive. Any questions? Okay, we will stop there. Nice to meet most of you. And if you have any questions, just ask me. Otherwise, enjoy your night.
Thank you.
My pleasure.